The River Thames whispered softly beneath a gray sky, its waters alive with history and secrets waiting to be uncovered. Jack, an old fisherman, greeted the day with the familiar creak of his small boat, the Dawn Chaser, as it swayed gently at its mooring. Each morning began the same, yet each held the promise of something new, a connection to the currents that shaped his life. He considered the river a friend, its ebb and flow mirroring his own solitude amidst the constant rush of London above. The sun started to break through the clouds, sending golden glimmers across the surface, and with it came the sounds of the waking city, seagulls crying out, footsteps bustling across the bridge, a reminder of life teeming just above him. But Jack's heart lay beneath the surface, where the whispers of the tide beckoned him to delve deeper into the secrets that lay hidden within. As dawn's gold light spilled over the horizon, Jack stirred awake in his small boat. Dawn Chaser. The gentle sway of the river beneath him was a familiar embrace, the rhythmic lapping of water a soothing lullaby that directed his movements. With a half-smile, he grabbed his well-worn fishing gear, the tang of salt and the musky scent of the Thames filling the air around him. Seagulls circled overhead, their cries mingling with the distant horns of morning traffic, a reminder that life surged above the surface he called home. As he worked, connecting hooks to lines with deliberate precision, Jack's thoughts drifted through years of memories. His father's laughter in the boat when they had caught the biggest fish, and his mother telling stories of the river's mythical past. Each cast of the net initiated a dialogue between Jack and the river, an unspoken understanding of solitude amidst a city that never truly slept. Today felt different, a whisper in the tide promising change just beneath the surface. The sun begins to rise higher in the sky, casting a warm glow across the water, shimmering like scattered diamonds. Jack feels the familiar tug of nostalgia as he recalls tales passed down through his family. His father's voice echoes in his mind, teaching him the art of fishing, not merely as a means to survive, but as a way to embrace the rhythm of the river. Each cast of the line feels like weaving a connection between generations, the quiet depth of the Thames resonating with shared wisdom. He remembers the stories of fish that whispered secrets, and the way the river bore witness to countless moments in time. Jack smiles, realizing that for every lonely hour spent beneath the bridge, there's a bounty of memories that unfurl like the sails of a ship. In these moments of solitude, he isn't alone. He is accompanied by the spirits of those who came before, guiding him through the language of the tide. The sun began to rise higher in the sky, casting a golden glow on the calm surface of the Thames. Jack gazed fondly at his beloved vessel, the Dawn Chaser. The boat, though weathered and worn, held stories of its own, much like him. He recalled the first time he stepped aboard, feeling the slight sway beneath him as he rowed out into the expanse of the river, wide-eyed and full of dreams. Each wooden plank whispered tales of adventure, storms weathered, fish caught, and quiet moments spent listening to the whispers of the tide. The boat had seen him through seasons of solitude, its gentle rocking a soothing balm against the clamor of the city above. It wasn't just wood and nails. It was a lifeline that connected him to the spirit of the river and the legacy of fishermen before him. With a soft smile, Jack turned his attention back to the water, ready for another day. The Tower Bridge loomed above Jack like a silent guardian, its stones whispering secrets of the ages. From his vantage point beneath, he felt the vibrations of laughter and life that echoed from the bustling city. Jack often marveled at how the bridge, a marvel of engineering, stood in stark contrast to his humble existence on the river. It served as a reminder of the world above, filled with dreamers and adventurers, even as he cast his net into the depths below. Each passing day brought the voices of tourists and locals, lost in their own stories, oblivious to his quiet vigil. Yet the bridge was not just a separator. It was a confluence of stories, linking the tales of those who wandered on its paths with the ancient currents that shaped his life. As the sun rose higher, Jack felt a tender tug in his heart, knowing he was part of a larger tapestry woven across time and tides. As the sun began its ascent, casting golden hues across the water, Jack settled into a rhythm. The gentle lapping of the Thames against the hull resonated with his heartbeat. Each cast of his line felt like a prayer, a dialogue between him and the river. He recalled the secrets it whispered to him over the years, where fish gathered and when the tides would turn. The sounds of the bustling city above seemed distant, like echoes of a world he had chosen to leave behind. Seagulls circled overhead, their cries mingling with the soft splashes of water, creating a symphony uniquely his own. Jack's thoughts meandered through memories of his father teaching him these same skills, the patience required to wait for a tug on the line. Time seemed suspended as he embraced the solitude. In the dance of nature, he found both comfort and purpose. The river's currents caressed the boat. Each ripple carried whispers of a life full of untold stories and dreams waiting to unfold. As Jack's line glided through the water, he felt the familiar pull of the river, each ripple a whispered secret. The sun peeked over the horizon, casting a golden hue that danced upon the waves. Suddenly, a heavy tug at his net interrupted his meditative state. Pulling it up with cautious curiosity, he gasped as he unearthed a beautifully ornate bottle, encrusted with barnacles, its glass shimmering like hidden treasure. The handle shook slightly in his weathered hands, and the world around him seemed to quiet as he set his eyes on his find. Intrigued, he carefully uncorked the vessel, a wisp of musty air escaping from within. For a moment, the soft sounds of the Thames faded into the background, replaced by an anticipation that thrummed in his chest. What stories lay trapped inside this bottle, waiting to be set free? The river had given him a gift, a mystery yearning to be unveiled. As Jack gazed at the yellowed parchment, he could feel the weight of the love story unfurling before him. The delicate script spoke of two souls, pulled together by fate, who once met at the very heart of Tower Bridge. Each word revealed their secret rendezvous beneath the arching stone, where they whispered promises to the wind and shared dreams that the city would never know. Jack's heart tugged at the emotions captured in ink, echoing the laughter and sorrow that washed over the riverbanks. He could almost see them, a young man with bright eyes and a woman whose laughter danced like sunlight on the water. Their love, though fleeting, was eternal in its longing. The atmosphere around him shifted, the subtle hum of the river complementing the silent cry of the lovers, calling out to be remembered. Jack realized that he had become a keeper of their memory, intertwining his solitude with theirs. A bridge across time. As Jack sat quietly in his boat, the haunting melody began to drift down from the bridge above, a soft but distinct enchantment that wrapped around him like a silken shroud. The notes wove through the air, delicate yet profound, stirring something deep within his soul. Each chord resonated with memories of long-lost love, echoing stories of passion and heartache that once flourished beneath the stone arch of Tower Bridge. With each rise and fall of the ethereal song, Jack felt time slipping away, as if he were no longer a solitary fisherman, but a witness to a timeless tale. His heart ached at the beauty and sadness encapsulated in the melody, bringing forth visions of the lovers from the parchment, forever entwined in a dance of longing and sorrow. The river, once merely a companion, transformed into a storyteller, prompting Jack to reflect on the profound connections between the past and his own existence amid the ebb and flow of life. As Jack leaned back in his small boat, the aged parchment cradled in his weathered hands, he felt an unfamiliar weight settle upon his heart. The river flowed steadily beneath him, each ripple echoing tales of love and loss long forgotten. He recalled the whispers of the old legends, the spirits of London who traversed the river, entwined with the lives of those who dared to dream beneath the soaring arches of Tower Bridge. Their stories, like the haunting melody drifting from above, intertwined with his own. Jack understood now that he was not merely a solitary fisherman, but a vessel for the voices of the past. The love story etched into the parchment was a reflection of his own yearning for connection. The lines on the page flickered with life, breathing alongside the current. In this moment, he became a bridge between worlds, where the laughter of lovers met the sorrow of separation, binding him to the whispers of the tide. As the haunting melody swirled around Jack, he found himself lost in the echoes of a love long forgotten. The notes seemed to vibrate through the very fabric of the river, weaving a tapestry of emotions that deepened his connection to the lost lovers. Each note resonated with his own memories of solitude and yearning, igniting a fire within him that he hadn't felt in years. Jack imagined the lovers laughing and dancing beneath the bridge, their hearts intertwined like the currents of the Thames. With each haunting refrain, he could almost see their silhouettes shimmering like shadows beneath the water's surface. The beauty of their unfulfilled tale tugged at his soul, compelling him to embrace their story as his own momentarily. He grappled with the bittersweet reality of their unfinished symphony, realizing that love and loss held a magical power over those who were willing to listen. In that profound silence, he felt a deep empathy blossoming within him, igniting a desire to honor their memory. Jack sat in his boat, the gentle lapping of the Thames a comforting sound against the growing turmoil in his heart. The parchment lay on his lap, its words etched with the longing of lost lovers, echoing through time. He pondered the significance of the tale, feeling an intimate connection with the soul's yearning for closure. The haunting melody lingered in his mind, a soft reminder of the ties binding the present to the past. He grasped the parchment tightly, contemplating the weight of its story. Was it his to hold, or was there a deeper purpose calling him to let go? As the sun filtered through the murky waters, illuminating tiny particles of life swirling in the currents, Jack realized he bore witness not only to these tales, but to the very essence of the river itself. With a deep breath, he understood that honoring their memory required a sacrifice. He had to release their tale back into the depths of the Thames. As Jack held the fragile parchment in his weathered hands, he felt the weight of the lovers' story pressing upon his heart. Their tale, filled with long-lost passion and unfinished chapters, stirred something deep within him. Glancing up at the enchanting silhouette of Tower Bridge against the morning sky, he realized the river was a keeper of secrets, a time capsule of love and loss. He took a breath, contemplating whether to keep the parchment close or to release it back to its watery cradle. With a gentle sigh, Jack made his decision. He walked to the edge of the boat, closed his eyes for a moment, and whispered a promise to remember their tale. Then, with utmost reverence, he opened his fingers, allowing the parchment to slip from his grasp. As it floated away, Jack felt an overwhelming sense of peace wash over him, as if the spirits were finally finding their closure. The river shimmered, alive with renewed energy, whispering tales that would continue to flow through the ages.